Hey guys, so today I'm actually I'm making a few of these videos all at once, so it's kind of like a batch, so you get them all at once later on or something like that. But I'm going to be doing a bit of an unboxing today of the the Skaventide box, just to kind of give you a more clear view of what you're getting, because I know not everybody's into unboxings. It's just I kind of feel bad for not having a proper schedule for these videos, so I just kind of want to give you a few and kind of for sticking with me. But yeah, so you've got a kit here. Sorry, I'm gonna do. Give me one second. I'm gonna pause this, get a better camera angle, and move everything around a bit. One sec. Alrighty, that should be a bit better. I'm gonna shift that just a little. So, right here, we've got the first bit. You could obviously sort this out however you want. You can actually build these according to the thing. I often don't. Even though it's push fit, I don't really like that. I'm probably going to kit bash this to some degree anyway. But for general bits, you got a banner guy over here. The rest are looking to mainly be melee weapon users of various types. There's another banner right here too. So you get two banners. It's looking, you get a bell or two. There looks to be one of these blades. You know what? Give me 1 second. I'm going to show you something. So you guys didn't see it, but I quickly paused the video, ran over. I made a bunch of original Skaven, and what I did is I grabbed a kit of clan rats, and I ended up just kit bashing a few. This was a long time ago, Princess Mage. Most importantly for this guy, I followed the kind of style of the gutter runners from Vermintide. But if you look, let's find that mini that I just showed you. Where did he go? He has a very specific weapon. If you look, they actually tried to really keep the style of the weapon. See that kind of hand punching blade thing? And if you look at the old clan rat kit, sorry, it's hard to do this with one hand. Please focus. There you go. They actually have the same weapon. Interesting. But yeah, you've got kind of a bunch of Skaven that are melee weapon oriented. A lot of shields. The shields, I don't think there's only a few like this one here that if you really wanted to cut this up, that you could actually get them from. Most of them seem to be molded like that one right there, where it's really attached to the model. So unless you're destroying the model, you aren't getting it. Even so, I think these are really good sculpts. I like the I haven't got the actual kit of new clan rats, but the old clan rats are pretty. I like them a lot. They also had a similar thing with the shields, though. You didn't really get a lot of choice with the. Oh no, you kind of did. I guess you kind of did. You can't always, just to show you. This is one of the originals. You can kind of see how his arm's forced in that small position. You can't really kit bash the left arm. It was always kind of stuck there. I had to cut off his hand and replace it with one of these things to give him like the two blades. Yeah. They kind of, you really have to cut apart these old Skaven if you want to kit bash them. They're very, oh sorry, that's not even from this. This is something completely different. Anyway, you have to really kit bash them. Now here you've got, I can't remember what they're called, but they're those Jezzails, I believe, warplock Jezzails. You can see that you got the big shields, you got the long gun. You got 3 of them, it looks, in this kit. 3 shields. Oh no, you actually have 4 guns. You do get a little bit of, you do get a spare. Oh. I'm not sure, but that looks broken. I could be wrong. I don't know. I can't really tell. It looks like it's broken, but it looks very clean there, like it's supposed to be that way. I guess it really doesn't matter. It does look broken to me, but I don't really care. It'll be fine. That's the best part about kit bashing. So next up, we got another kit of these guys. So, wait a minute. I believe I just showed you this. I might have, yeah. So this is a exact copy. These two are the same thing. So you get 2 sprues of those basic infantry. I'm going to try and stick with the Skaven for now. I'll leave the Stormcast for after. Because I'm really new. This is a very new style of kind of start collecting box. Here you got your special mount guy here. Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. I just realized that's Stormcast. That's not the rat guy. Give me a second. I'm going to quickly sort through these. That's not part of this. Those are not part of this. There we go. That's a Skaven there. And that's another Skaven. That's better. So, here's your Skaven rat mount guy. So, not a big fan of this. I like the model itself. It does look like a good model. I do not like when Games Workshop kind of does this thing where you kind of... where you're kind of forced to have the model interact with their tactical rock, as some people call it. I mean, that's in response to rocks, but I don't like kind of forced scenery as a whole. You know what, give me 1 sec. I'm going to go grab something to show you kind of how I fix that. Alrighty, so I disconnected for a second and grabbed a few examples. So I don't really like this kind of forced terrain on your models, because it makes it kind of like that model will only fit in related terrain. So you're kind of forced to have this kind of ruined city look no matter what with your Skaven. Obviously you can build other stuff, but it kind of... it ruins the cohesion of the models if this guy's in this ruined city and all the others are set up in sewers like I have. Now obviously it could work, because, you know, city and sewers, but it doesn't really match to me. So, for instance, this is a Pegasus Knight. I did not like them giving you that little invisible thing, because I think it just gets in the way. So I just actually, you can't see it, you kind of can. Underneath this magnet, I've drilled a hole straight through into the foot, and so this model will not come off. This is a bit of cork, and it's essentially like it sells the flying Pegasus while also not having to have that invisible rod that's kind of very obvious in the middle. Another one, Bretonnian Knights of the Realm. They always get this grass stuff on their feet that they give you that looks awful, in my opinion. I actually have to repaint these guys, but I cut that off, if it'll focus, and said you can actually kind of see I tried to blend in a little metal rod in there into the skull to kind of hide it as much as possible. Now there still is a bit, but from 5 feet away you don't see it, especially with that angle. You aren't going to see it. I had another one here. Where did he go? Now Marathi. A lot of people might probably know the Marathi model. I used it as a Cthulhu monster instead, and you can see already I actually took all this forced terrain that they give you with the Dominion box and just used it as terrain for this. And I actually got rid of the giant pillar. I still have the pillar somewhere, but they kind of give you a pillar for her to be attached to. I didn't like that. So what I instead did was I just kind of glued it to the base, attached some dirt, kind of blended it in there so it all fits, replaced the head so it's one of those gene stealers with the Cthulhu face, and turn it into like a demigod for my mutant faction that my players will one day have to fight, possibly. But essentially, that's kind of the situation. I don't really like forced terrain, in a way, on your models. So move that off to the side. Still though, very good model, very new model, looks good. Here is one of their new vehicle thing. And from what I can tell, this one actually doesn't come with any forced terrain, so that's good. You can kind of build it however you want. I honestly have no idea how it goes. To me, without any context beyond seeing the trailer like a few months ago for Skaventide, I can assume this is some kind of Gatling gun. Because you can see the round bits here. This 6 barrels, 2, 4, 6, yeah, 6 barrels, kind of right in the middle. I'm not sure. I think this is all the pieces. It doesn't look like anything's broken. There's a few Skaven on here, at least 5 Skaven, so I'd assume that's the pilot. You got some slaves to move it along. You kind of get this dirt, but dirt and rocks, they can kind of fit into most things that the Skaven are going to be on. Because if it's a city, it's broken rocks and, you know, dirt. If it's a boat, it could be maybe, actually boat's not so good with the sand, with the dirt, but the stones you can. But even then, this is a lot less impactful than the other one, because this one you can always just clip that off if you really want to. This one you have to have that hand attached to something, so I'm going to be clipping that off, probably find my own thing to do with it. But moving on. Now, we are on to the remains of the, actually I think we're all done on Skaven themselves. I'm going to do a quick look over. It's looking like we're all done. Yeah, so before we go into Stormcast, the faction that has way too many models in my opinion, and I don't really want to see any more, we get a bit of terrain. Now, I've never gotten Games Workshop terrain. I've always built my own. But this looks good. Like, this is actually surprisingly heavy. You look at this, you don't think it's that heavy. This is actually, like, sturdy. Oh, I don't want to break a model. So it's looking like we get, like, a destroyed statue here. We're seeing another... So I'm assuming these two go together, it looks. We got, like, a destroyed statue. Sorry, I'm just going to take a quick look. I'm not seeing... It's some kind of Stormcast Eternal, I think. Other than that, you got a nice brazier here. That's going to be nice. You got some bells. You got one of those warpstone, devices. You got a warpstone bell, it looks. I might kit bash this into something. This has some good bits on it. But my favorite part, personally, because all this is good and all, but my favorite part is this guy here. He's just a little fellow, chained to a wall, probably been there for a long time. Got a few little rat symbols. The wall's got a interesting... It's like a skull, almost. I don't know. Yeah, you can comment what you think that is. I think it's supposed to be a giant carving into the wall, but I don't know. I don't recognize it from anything. It looks like this almost tries to make a skull shape, but I think that's kind of like messing with me. It looks like it's that Skaven kind of cross look here, but then the arrow down. Because see this right here, it looks like that Skaven symbol, the one they have always, the triangle. But I don't know about the bottom here with the arrows. Still, I think it looks really good. Maybe it'll look more clear when it's all built. We'll see about that. Now, we're on to the Stormcast. While I don't like how many models the Stormcast get, it's like they're kind of overdoing it, in my opinion. They have been ever since Age of Sigmar started. But these are some pretty, the angel ones are really cool. I'm not sure what I'm going to kit bash these as, because I don't play Age of Sigmar, and if I did, I wouldn't play Stormcast, because I'm not really interested in them. But they don't look bad. Like, these are going to be cool for something. I just don't know what I'm going to run them as. My buddy actually has a Blood Angels army, so maybe I'll hand these off to him, turn them into Sanguinary Guards. But he's already got a kit, so I don't know. Now over here, we've got obviously a commander of some kind. I like the flaming sword. Sorry, that's not even in the camera. Actually, you know what? I'm going to snap that apart, because this is a Skaven as well. You can see with the staff, the gun. Yeah, so that's some kind of engineer. This guy's going to be fun. I can already tell. He looks awesome. Another problem with that forced terrain bit. Probably going to clip all that off. You know what? I might build this guy in a video. I'll do a video, clip this guy off his thing. We'll build it. I'll show you kind of my process of getting my own base out of this kind of thing. But yeah, so looks good. Cannot wait. This guy's going to be fun, actually, I think. Now we've got kind of like this memorial guy. He's got like a... Oh wait, wrong guy. Oh, yeah, I thought this guy was the guy with the skull mask. This guy's the one that has the blindfold on. And he's got his dog there. They're Griffhounds or something. I don't like Griffhounds. They don't look good to me. I actually, you know what? I'm going to grab another model to show you. For my Tomb Kings, I made something else. Yeah, because my Tomb Kings, they aren't real Tomb Kings. I don't run them as Tomb Kings. They're all based on circular bases. But instead of having Griffhounds, I made these for my desert faction. They're almost like tomb eagle dog things. I replaced their fire tail with the skull from one of the swords of the Tomb Kings. The shoulders here have a bit of armor. I believe that comes from Tomb King shoulders. That's a Tomb King blade that I slapped onto their head. And just a repeat for the second one, because I got, these are from the Dominion box. You get one per box. I ended up grabbing 2 boxes in the end for kit bashes. But yeah, I don't really like Griffhounds, but I'll swap it into something. Maybe, it looks like a very raggedy eagle. Maybe I could do it as like a pack master kind of thing, like a pack leader of those. So chuck that off to the side. Next up, looks like we are looking at some basic infantry. Oh, I missed an entire sprue in here. Sorry, one more Skaven model. This is going to be fun. This is the Rat Ogre. This guy, it looks like there's a lot of options. I'm assuming there's only one Rat Ogre. Looking at the box, actually, it looks like there's 2. But I think this is going to have a lot of options. I think, too, this is just the push-fed options. I bet you the actual kit itself for the Rat Ogres will have even more options. For here, now we're on to this Stormcast model. It looks to be, we've got at least 3 models here. 4, actually 2, 4, maybe 6. Looks like we got a lot of models is the point. I really like these guys. These guys are the main reason I got this kit. These like preacher guys that carry around like the sensors. Stormcast again, gonna have to find a way to kit bash them. They have a lot of cool models, or cool bits, but not really into the model. I will say these are very improved over the first few editions of Stormcast. And when they thin them down for Dominion, they look so much better. Except, I do not like the stupid nose thing they did with these guys in the newest kits. Which, speaking of, here's one of the newer ones. These guys are fine. I do not like this stupid nose thing that they did with the head. I'm going to try and get this so it's actually visible. Let's move this light in. I do not like how they did that rod down the nose. Didn't like that. But here are your hammer guys. Honestly, I always liked hammers. So it's going to be cool to have those kit bash or something. Here's the model I showed you a while ago that I was supposed to wait. This is, it looks pretty cool. It's like a giant griffin. I'm not sure what the lore explanation of what this thing even is, but I like it. It's a nice bird thing. Again, it's not going to be my Stormcast because I'm going to swap it out for something, but looks good to me. It's looking like we got a chainmail belly for it. We got, it's going to be wearing, I'm going to look at the image real quick. It's looking like the image is primarily, this is all feathers. Yeah, looking at the image, it looks like it just has a helmet and a chest plate and this chainmail kind of belly cover. The rest is like a fur, and obviously the saddle. But, yeah. Got a flaming axe. Pretty cool. I will say, I actually like the head. He looks pretty grumpy. And we're on to the final sprue of the kit. This is ignoring, obviously, any bases. But, just another box of hammers. That's it. Nothing really crazy. I do like, so here's the thing. I do like these kind of heads where they got the wounds and stuff and the scarring. Now, like I said, I'm not going to run these as Stormcasts because I don't really care about Stormcasts. I'm not going to play them. But one thing I really wish is we got an update for the Flagellant kit for the old world. And these heads are going to come in handy for that because the old Flagellants, you know, I'll grab one real quick. Back now. So, the old Flagellants, they do look good, but, like, the models are, just a second, I'm going to try and, so I'm just switching the lamp around a bit so you can kind of see. They look good, but they are definitely older models, you know. They look okay, but yeah. I think the problem is they tried to kind of update the Flagellants with that, Brethren of the Bolt, or whatever it is that, sorry, I just had to put the model back. Whatever it was, they updated them for Warcry, and then they proceeded to make that band non-existent anymore. So, kind of a stupid all around. I also didn't really like that design. I liked most of it, except for the stupid electronics, but yeah. Either way, I'll see you guys later. I hope you enjoyed the video. I will try and do another video coming up to build that guy. See you later.